Alright, hello everybody. This is Andre from Jawan Fitness once again. So hope that you enjoyed a wonderful weekend. You're having fun on this Columbus Day. And I also want to talk about, in this video, is very important because a lot of people had been asking me questions on social media about when I first started lifting, if I'm new to training, if I took a long layoff, how do I get back into it? So I'm going to provide you 3 wonderful tips that you can use to really see the best progress that you possibly can in a short amount of time. So the first thing I want to say is that if you're new to training or you never lifted a weight before, you want to make sure that you start off light. There's no sense in trying to lift as heavy as possible. So find a weight that you can do for at least 5 to 10 reps and make sure that you're practicing the right form and just take your time. And yes, if it is a bit easy, then that's fine. It's best to lift a weight that's too light for you than going too heavy, sacrifice your form, because that could lead to injury. You're not going to see the amount of progress that you want. And this is something that I had to learn when I was lifting, because when I first got in the gym, my problem was I just guessed what I lifted. I would just go by on how I was feeling that particular day, and then sometimes I would go too heavy and sacrifice form because I was trying to impress my friends, other people in the gym. You don't want to do that because I got a couple injuries that way. So just make sure that you're, doing something easy at first, and then after the first 6-8 weeks, then you can start, having a more detailed program, making the weights heavier because you will have became more proficient with the form. And number 2 I want to talk about is that you have to practice progressive overload. Yes, this is very important in that if you're lifting the same weight for years at a time or months at a time, you're not going to see the results that you want, because you're going to be in the same boat as you are when you first start lifting. Like, you have to make sure that you're making the weights more challenging. So whether that is increasing the weight, adding more sets, decreasing rep time, or decreasing rest time, or doing an additional rep, then that's very important, because that's the key to seeing results. You have to make the exercises more difficult over time. And yes, after 4 to 6 weeks, yes, you want to switch over to exercise. So let's say that you're doing, dumbbell curls, and you want to make it more challenging. Like, let's say that you're doing that for 5 sets of 55 pounds, and it becomes too easy. So that's when you switch over and do the barbell version, and just keep going with that. And then for 4 to 6 weeks, and that's when you switch off to the next one. And you just have to make sure that you're constantly switching up your exercise with the same muscle groups to provide your body with a better stimulus to keep progressing. And that is very important, because I would do the same exercises for months when I first started out, and I was wondering why I wasn't seeing any results. And it's because I was giving my body a reason to grow, and that is very important that you want to do that. And the last tip I want to talk about before I go is that you want to make sure that you have a well-defined plan, because it's one thing to, have progressive overload, you're seeing progress, but if you're not tracking the progress that you're seeing, like using a Google spreadsheet or Evernote, an app, to track the exercises, then it's going to be a lot harder for you to get there in the long run. Like, you're just going to be spinning your wheels over and over again and wondering why you're not seeing results. So you might go up, you might be gaining strength one week, and then the next week you're just flatlining, plateauing, and the other week you may be decreasing in strength and you're going backwards. So you want to make sure that you're just tracking your workouts. Every exercise, set, rep, rest time, weight, all that stuff you have to track in order to see the results of your progress. And I know it could be a bit tedious, because it was for me, but my progress did not start going to the next level until I was tracking my workouts every single time I was in the gym. So what I do, I use Evernote, and every rep is set that I do. So let's say if I'm doing 3 sets of 1-arm push-ups and I'm doing 5, 5, 5, then once I get done with that workout, I'll increase 1 rep for the first set and it would be 6, 5, 5. Now if you're doing reverse pyramid training, for example, then you would do 5, 6, 8. So let's say that you're doing incline bench press for 125 pounds, and you're doing that for 5 reps. So the next workout, you'll do that for 5 reps, and then the 112 pounds you'll do for 6 reps, and then for the 100 pounds you actually do 9 reps, so it's 5, 6, 8. So when you're doing reverse pyramid training, you want to increase the amount of reps that you're doing for the third set, the lightest set, by 1 rep, and then you do that for the second set, 1 rep, and then for the first set, 1 rep. And once you get to the maximum end of that rep range, then you just add weight by 2.5 to 5 pounds, depending on how experienced you are. So that's all I want to talk about. If you have more questions about what you should be doing when you're first getting weight training, feel free to let me know in the comment section, because I'll be able to provide you a lot of advice to make sure that you're seeing your fitness goals and all that stuff to get the results. And be sure to share this video, like the channel, subscribe to it, because the more people that see my stuff, the more people I can help reach their fitness goals and become the best version of themselves. And also, instead of, just going on your phone or your computer to go to YouTube, make sure that you click that notification bell, because once you do that, you're going to be updated to when I'm going to be coming out with my next content, fitness videos, to really help you. And it just saves you a lot of time. You can just go right to it and be like, oh, Andre's coming out next video. Oh shit, I got to see it, because that's really going to help you out and it's going to save you a lot of time. So that's all I have for you. If you have more questions, then feel free to let me know. We got a discussion about it. And that's all I have for you. And see you later.